Hello, MMC community. We are here in this metaphysical journey of prosperity. We have walked 3 of the 4 phases with our MMC founder, Mr. Mehta. Phase 1 was a phase of preparation, consciously creating success. Phase 2 is a phase of illumination, consciously creating abundance. Phase 3 was also a phase of illumination, consciously creating and maintaining good fortune. And today we are here for this 4th phase, which is noted as the ignition phase, as igniting us on this metaphysical journey of prosperity. So often we can look in our reality and we can see many who have embarked on this journey of making money, of fortune, of abundance. And we hear that when they get there, they are not joyful, they are not fulfilled, they are not happy, they are not sharing or connected. And so with much gratitude, we are here to receive from you, Mr. Mehta, more on this foundation that will support us in flying in this metaphysical joy of living and loving life. Thank you, Mr. Mehta.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to share Sacred Journey of Prosperity by Goddess Lakshmi. It's very important because it creates the joy of living and loving life. Now we are in the final phase, phase 4. Phase 4 also has the 7 steps. The step 1 is being trustworthy. Now we are shifting the game, feeling in the phase 2 to the phase 4, to feeling to being. Now we are coming closer and closer to the state of doing, feeling, and then we are going in the state of being, trustworthy, trustworthiness. Now you become trustworthy, you being trustworthy of what? There are 4 components are there, major 4 components are there to be trustworthy. First is the integrity. Integrity of what? Step 1, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Phase 1 is to constantly create success. Phase 2, constantly create abundance. Phase 3, constantly create good fortune and maintain. They all work integrally. They are all connected entirely. They work like an organization. They work like all organs are working in physical body. Cooperatively, complementary, cohesively, coherently, and congenially. Each one has his own role and they work. Nobody says, I'm better than you, I'm superior than you. They play their own role. And that creates the integrity or integral part of this whole sacred journey of prosperity. The second component is valuing yourself. Most important because you are unique, you are individual, you are independent, and you value yourself. You didn't become part of the mob psychology. You are own independence, own uniqueness, and your individual uniqueness, independence. You value yourself, you turn into self-esteem. If you need the hierarchy of needs, you turn to self-esteem. I'm much more than who am I. And that motivates you to go further. That motivates to step 5, self-actualization. That is self-actualization. So whatever you do joyfully, instantly you got the gratification. You do out of beingness. That was the being trustworthy. And you being trustworthy, you self-actualization. That is the self-actualization of happening through self-esteem to take self-actualization. Third component is the self-competent. I am competent to handle. Why? Because I trust myself, I create my self-trust, then I got a hope, then I have a courage, and that creates a self-confidence. Once you have a self-confidence, you build your own self-confidence, then you become self-competent. You are able to handle. You like the challenges. The challenge is a positive component because challenge gives you to change, grow, and evolve. Now we go to the 4th component. The 4th component is what? complexity of the abundance. Now, word complexity is very important. It's not complication, it's a complexity. So all the 7 steps consciously creating abundance, they work cohesively, cohesively and coherently. And that is the complexity. Now, same time when you generate the abundance, there are the 4 components are there in human being. First component is the physical abundance, material abundance. You got the monetary success, financial success, and name and the fame, and that was success. And second component is the mental. They call mental, emotional, mental body. Your ability to open your antenna, receive all information, interpret the information, discern it, and you pick up the best one of the information. That is the mental, multidimensional. Mental body is the multidimensional. Then you go to multi-emotional. Circumstances change, you also change. And that requires awareness. More you become conscious of it, you act upon, you are to multi-emotional. And then finally you come to multi-spiritual. Multi-spiritual, you become a seeker. But now you are seeking, connecting with the divinity. I am part of the existence and existence is part of me. I am part of the ocean. I am a drop of the ocean, and drop of the ocean become part of it. Now you are shifting the gear from doing to the being. That is we call the being trustworthy. Then you enter in the 5th kosha. That is called Anandmaya kosha, or we call blissful kosha. And then you come closer and closer to divinity. There is nothing but joy, joy, joy. And that is called special word in Hindu, in Sanskrit, the Param Anand, super joy. When you close coming to the divine divinity, and there's nothing but joy, full of bliss. We call the bliss in our English language. The bliss is full of super joy. That is the first step of being trustworthy.